So this is original parking lot. Like I said, it was, I mean, not parking lot. It used to be the gas station. They pulled out the tanks, pulled out the building, and this was, you can think about it, this is, you know, this is north gates of LSU coming in. This was just a truck and tractor pull. It was a sump pit. You remember it. It was just nasty trash, everything, weeds growing up, mud everywhere, and this building was just a dull old gray, just trash up against it. I mean, it was just really a bad deal. And so you had to be able to see it, but the location was awesome, right? So some of those things played in our favor because, like, we went to the planning department to talk about doing a drive-through business. This normally wouldn't be a spot you would put a drive-through, right? Because you go across the street, you're gonna cause traffic. It's only 6-car stack. One, they didn't think we'd have much business. We're like, it's chicken fingers, man. We're not gonna have, you know, a few cars in the drive-through. And then also, too, they wanted somebody to fix this place up. So they were like, yeah, we'll clear you on drive-through, clear you on variance on parking. Like, nobody really has parking up here. We only have like 10 spots or 11 spots. They said, yeah, man, that's, you know, you can go in and do it. So that was a lot of things we did. And we had a lot of luck involved too, you know, that worked out. That was the apartment, and it was the one across the top. There's 4 units in there. When we started working on this, I talked to the girl that lived up in that apartment. I said, hey, how long are you gonna be here? She's like, actually, I'm moving out in a couple weeks. I'll introduce you to the landlord. So I got that deal. That's like $200 a month. I remember that. And it had so many holes in the ceiling that I had to get extra pots and pans or bowls or whatever to actually for the apartment, because every time it rained, it would leak in there. And one bad thing is because that was original office. I showed you that picture earlier. And my kitchen was the original corporate office. I have a bedroom in the back, and I had a little living room in the front. And then we needed more space, so I moved my bed from the back and put it in the living room. And so that was my living room and bedroom. And then we moved our office into the back room. We were able to put 2 desks in there. And then the next office was, there's a little unit in the back where we could put 4 desks in that one. So that was the progression of the corporate office. Now the bad part is that you hear the drive-through all night, so you gotta go back and get some sleep. You know, you're hearing that in your sleep. In my dreams, literally in my dreams, I'd be making boxes. I could hear it, and box, no slugs, or toast, and da-da-da-da-da, and I'd be making, but sometimes I'd wake up and I was actually doing hand movements of that deal. So I never really had a good night's sleep. But what was good too is I could hear the drive-through line stack up, I could throw on some clothes and go run and get in the deal. So it's tough for me to change anything that was here, because everything that gets changed, you're changing the original things. This ligustrum I put in, it's 13 years old. I put this original ligustrum in. I cannot believe it survived. There's no irrigation to it. You know, we just bring a bucket of water every once in a while and we do it. So that was kind of like where we said, what can we do to fill up this? I mean, literally, it's like, how do we fill up this space? What do we do? Well, they took the inside bread mural font, and we copied exactly, and obviously we kept it, that same font, but you can see on our Canes logo, you can see the difference is we actually got a design company to actually make our own font off of this, but to make our own deal. This was just a kind of a textbook font that, you know, it's a standard font that you could do. Well, come on, let's go through the front. We wanted to build a bar area up here, and it went with the place, was also the cheapest way for us to do it. It was just to do the wood. Here, we're gonna actually come back and sand it and recover and do all that. We'll keep our original deals. You can see Sylvie, Graves, we all kind of put our names into the bar area, but it's now everybody else is kind of carving their name into it, which I actually like that. This is the paneling I was telling you about that we were able to salvage. And the original Belushi poster, I just thought that epitomized college, and that's why it's in so many of our restaurants. There's the Elvis towel. Isn't that great? The old Elvis towel, and then this is that eat sign I was telling you about. It was like we need something to cover, and we said we needed that size. So we said, let's just put eat there. Thought that'd be kind of funny. And on this side, we pull out the paneling. Down on the end where those college posters are, is back down there. I saw the original hole that showed where the brick was, and we started on that end and just raked it all the way down, and that's when we uncovered. And when I told you about all of a sudden seeing where the black paint was coming down, we saw that. I was like, man, I just messed up. I'm gonna get a big picture. So I didn't want to put any pictures on this wall. And then we had this skylight that was here, and we talked about doing one of 2 things. Either one, get stained glass, like an LSU stained glass deal, or to get disco balls. Like, that would go fun in that space, and disco ball was cheaper, so it won out. And then it came a tradition, so it was fun, you know, and it's kind of something that was unexpected, came in. It's like, why'd y'all get a disco ball? It's like, because we had a skylight. The original zip line, we had a pipe extended here, and it went right back and hit the hood right there. So that's where we took orders and sent them back down the line. This is a new fryer system, obviously, what we started out with. Those original fryers burned up in 6 months, but we gonna get 3 fryers, smaller grill, and we crank out the volume out of here. You know, original shelves we had in with the ticket counters and the whole bit. Kiss the cooks, cook the orders like everywhere else. We had to bust out the concrete because concrete was all just like, there's no integrity to it. It had cracks all through it. Except I could save little pieces like there and under the sink and stuff, which is classic because you know you look at it now and like it saved $300 or $400, but that was how important money was back then. We did it down, we painted it, and but then after that wore out, we just could never make it take again. But it's interesting though, it's more slick than before, but there's no more slip and falls here because it's more top of mind. They're always thinking about where you step and where you go, even being slammed in this. Did the original galvanized, is cheaper, you know, as you see it's all the coloration that goes. But they did $1,100 half hour in here with 3 fryers, a little tiny grill, make table, and having to walk orders up there. These people, you adapt, you know, crew does it and makes it happen, so. Check out the galvanized hoods here. Check out the old office. I designed those original shelves. Check this stuff out. Classic, huh? Like the little black shelf units and stuff like that. Cash drawer. It's where you keep all the cash. The tills.
When did you add this?
Oh, that was the beginning. I mean, that was original. That was 13 years ago. That deal. That fun. This is it. It's the same thing it's always been. So it concludes the tour of the Mothership. Come back anytime. They'll show you around.